Hey! This is a series of videos. Make sure to catch up on the other 4 videos in the Super Mario 35th Anniversary collection, and subscribe for more Super Mario videos and live streams in the near future. Thank you! Today's Mr. Awesome video is sponsored by the Mr. Members. Support the channel and become a monthly member today! Please, or I'll get kicked out of my apartment. Super Mario 3D World. One side of the internet loves it, and one side of the internet hates it. Which category do you fall under? Let me know down below in the comments. Super Mario 3D World is the first true multiplayer 3D Mario game, even till this day. Because Odyssey isn't a fully fledged multiplayer 3D Mario game. This game's adventure takes place in a totally new kingdom called the Sprixie Kingdom, and for Mario it kind of felt refreshing seeing a whole new set of worlds. Even though the themes are the same, it felt kind of good seeing a whole new environment. Super Mario 3D World is a very good sequel to Super Mario 3D Land, and if you saw the last video, you know I hold 3D Land very near and dear to my heart. And interesting enough, for this video, this is the only game that shouldn't be part of that Super Mario All-Stars Remastered pack. Hey, I mean, if you look at it from a business perspective, Nintendo needs to make their money back because they released Super Mario 3D World on the Nintendo Wii U, and we all know how good the Wii U did, so I think releasing it as a port for the Nintendo Switch is the best way to go, especially for a celebration year like this one. Plus, if you guys haven't seen, there is a rumor about, well, not really a rumor, but there was a Best Buy listing that listed Super Mario 3D World as a port for the Nintendo Switch. So we're a little bit more closer to getting this game in our hands and it being a reality for this Super Mario 35th anniversary. Literally just for this Nintendo Switch port, just up the resolution where it needs to be updated. The game on Wii U was 720p, just bump it up to 1080p. It needs it, so the Nintendo Switch is more powerful, so I'm pretty sure it can handle that 1080p. If anything, I'm honestly more surprised that Captain Toad got ported over before Mario 3D World. It's something that baffles me till this day, but hey, Captain Toad got ported over, so why not Super Mario 3D World at this point? Personally, despite the people on the internet hating Super Mario 3D World, I love the game, and it's one of the reasons why I still boot up my Wii U till this day. But the moment that this game comes out on Nintendo Switch, you bet your ass I'm gonna unplug the Wii U and let it be a decorative piece in my gaming room / bedroom. If possible, which it should be possible, give this game a better lighting engine, since, you know, this Nintendo Switch is more powerful. It doesn't really need a better lighting engine, but a better lighting engine always, to me at least, means a better looking game. And since this game isn't on the Wii U anymore, none of the old controllers are going to work for the Nintendo Switch port, so you have to give us Nintendo Switch controllers. For example, give us Joy-Con support, like if we played with the Wii Remote and Nunchuck. Or use a single Joy-Cons, just like the sideways Wii Remote. Which, if you ask me, can definitely benefit using the analog stick versus the D-pad like the Wii Remote, because that was kind of weird to play 3D World with the D-pad, since it being a 3D game and everything, it kind of felt very off. And the lack of buttons as well. The Joy-Con has way more buttons than the Wii Remote. Uses Nintendo Switch Pro controller, just like the Wii U's Pro controller, except, you know, this one actually has motion. Handheld mode, just like if I were playing on a gamepad. Honestly, the Switch has the same control schemes as the Wii U, so it wouldn't be really that different to implement. It'll just be more of the same, but with better control schemes. One thing that can be argued is that some levels in Super Mario 3D World had gamepad exclusive elements to them. But let's take a page from the Nintendo Switch version of Captain Toad. Replace the touchscreen and microphone mechanics with whatever that game did, because it worked well for Captain Toad's Switch port. It could also work well for 3D World Switch port. But, you know, for handheld mode, make sure to utilize the touchscreen, because you're in handheld mode, you might as well use the touchscreen. In addition, give us amiibo support for things like items or special levels. Hell, even new Captain Toad levels if possible. Also, Nintendo should keep the stamps within this port. While some of you might think that this is redundant because there's no Miiverse, the stamps were kind of dope to collect, and if you guys play Splatoon 2, they kind of use like a Miiverse system, so why not 3D World Deluxe either? Plus, you can also keep the commenting feature after you beat every level, because you know, it added a sense of community to Super Mario 3D World. And if you have the Captain Toad game for the Nintendo Switch, and you buy this deluxe port of 3D World, you get these 3D World levels ported over to the Captain Toad levels. So in essence, you would have the whole complete package of Captain Toad. For the most part, keep the music the same. It's a port, you really don't need to remix anything, since saving money would be Nintendo's best measure, because they lost a lot of money during the Wii U era, I can imagine, and just porting this game over will keep costs pretty much low. Implement a better camera, not a free roam camera, because this game is linear and in some levels you literally have to climb up a hill, so it'd be cool if they did a whole 360 free roam camera, but if it's side to side, then, you know, it's better than nothing. Also, can you make the camera zoom out, please? Because when you're playing multiplayer, it kind of sucks when players are too far from the screen and it's just kind of a pain to play. If anything, make the camera zoom out just a bit more. I think it's doable. It's new hardware. Nintendo, you can do this. In a sense, the game should just be the same. Keep all the levels practically the same. They're really fun, especially in multiplayer. The one thing I would change though is the pickup button, because it gets really annoying when you're running and then you accidentally pick up someone. It's cumbersome and it leads to a lot of fights when you accidentally kill your friend. So if Super Mario 3D World gets ported over to the Switch, Nintendo has to give us that Funky Kong mode that we desperately need. I kid, we don't need none of that. What I'm not kidding about is making multiplayer more fun. So let's say you're in the same room with 4 players, make the camera obviously focus on the 4 players just like how it did in the Wii U version. But if you guys are playing in handheld local play, make each player have their own screen and roam around the level to their content. Since everyone would have a Switch, the camera wouldn't be restrained just to it being locked onto a certain group of people. It could just be locked down to that specific player. Just like Super Mario Maker 2. And speaking of Super Mario Maker 2, that game had online. You know what else can have online? The port of Super Mario 3D World. So if you can have online multiplayer co-op throughout the whole adventure, would be pretty dope. And with each player having their own screen, come on. Plus, what would sweeten the deal for me especially would be adding a 5th playable character. Rosalina is already in the game, but since the Switch is more powerful, let's use that little extra juice to its potential and throw in that 5th playable character. A cool thing to add would be a leaderboard function, just to compete with your friends, your best times, and see who got the better score in each run throughout the whole world. Also, you know, I gotta mention these races, man. Racing the ghosts of other players to see who did the best and see what they did so you could do better would be a very cool addition, because let's be honest, we're all competitive at heart, and if there's a ghost of my rival in the level I'm trying to beat in, I want to know what he did so I could do it better. And if you don't understand what I mean by ghosts, think of the ones from Mario Kart, where you race them and then you get to see where they're going and stuff. Hey, I was kidding about the Funky Kong mode earlier, but what if we get a new playable character? And who better than Princess Daisy? We got Peach and Rosalina, but why not Daisy? Daisy was in Super Mario Land, she's in Mario Run, so why not 3D World Deluxe? If anything, her special ability would be using a tennis racket to attack, or any sports item, just cause she's a tomboy and she's in these sports games. Plus it'd be 3 males, 3 females, an even number. Hey, what if we had levels from Super Mario 3D Land, but for Super Mario 3D World? Yeah, wouldn't it be cool if we had a double pack for Super Mario 3D World Deluxe? It'll honestly make the port more appealing to buy if you had 3D Land levels within this pack, and if anything, it can be a completion bonus for when you beat the game. That way, because you know, some people just fall off the game right after they beat it, so why not add more content and have a whole completion bonus just be a whole new game? If there's any changes I would add, it would just be a multiplayer aspect to the 3D Land levels. You know, 3D Land was for the 3DS. It can only do one player, but you know, they could make terrains a little bit bigger. Make everything else bigger so it could support up to the 5 players I've mentioned. Or if Nintendo doesn't want to add the 5th player, they can add the 4th player. They can make it up to 4 players, I guess. But just improve what was given to us originally and give everything that made 3D World special into 3D Land, and boom, Super Mario 3D Land Deluxe. And since these games are linear to the core, keep everything the same for the most part. You honestly don't have to really do much, because like I said, 3D Land is a prequel to 3D World, and I'd imagine they use the same engine. And if not, then might as well update that engine too. As much as I would love to go in detail about this Super Mario 3D Land Deluxe port, I already made a video about it. Make sure to click the end screen card about Super Mario 3D Land Remastered, because I literally said everything about what I want that game to have in that specific video. Alright, to wrap up this video, Super Mario 3D World was the Wii U's last leg to stand on. And honestly, it's time to put the Wii U behind us. It was a good console for the time, but let's be real, all the good games of the Wii U are now in the Nintendo Switch. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. Subscribe for more Super Mario content, and as always, stay golden. Bye.